Let's get these skill points out of the way. Medicine is now full, and I can start putting points into training. My troops are getting substantially skilled, so reducing the cost of replacing the elite brigades is going to become really valuable. So, finally returning to camp after the last two battles, I can now refill my army prior to the next time they have to fight. Which isn't this stage. So, right to the battle. Brandy Station. Our army is going to invade the Union territories in search of supplies and food. You're in temporary command of the Confederate cavalry that will screen your advance to the northeast and hide the movements of your main army. You have encamped to Brandy Station, and tomorrow you are going to continue forward. However, it seems that the Yankees have massed their cavalry during the night from the other side of the Rappahannock River to repel your forces. It is more than certain that they are going to advance to your position at Brandy Station. Our main army, that is encamped a few miles west, must remain untracked, so you have to stop the enemy at Brandy Station. It's been a while, but this stage is fought entirely with troops outside of my command. I get what they give me, and that's it. From the looks of the numbers here, that seems like it's going to be a problem. Buford's cavalry has crossed Beverly's Ford with his brigade and is approaching our position at Brandy Station. We have to get ready for a battle. We must halt their advance here at Brandy Station. We've lost contact with the Brandy Station to the south, but you must Brandy Station in this direction in case the Yankees attempt to Brandy Station your men. So, how do our forces stack up? In terms of brigade count, it's not horrible. The Union have extra cavalry and a couple skirmishers on us, but that could be far worse. In terms of manpower, though, the Union have us 2-1. But we really need to compare the units themselves. First, the cannons. Our 5 batteries are 8 guns each, using the outdated 6-pounders. The Union are using the also outdated 12-pounders, but their 6 batteries are all 24 guns. Neither side has a lot of experience on their cannons either. So, in terms of cannons, we are heavily outnumbered, except all of these cannons are poor at long range, and the AI love to always use their cannons at their maximum possible range. We need to deal with them in the long term, but short term, we don't have to do anything desperate. Second, the cavalry. Our cavalry are all 2-star units with moderately large brigade sizes. The Union are in the same boat brigade size-wise, but only have 1-star units, and with a couple extra brigades. Lots of chance for maneuver, but not really an advantage either way. Thirdly, the infantry. Both sides have 2 brigades. Ours are only about 1,000 men apiece, but are 3-star units armed with the insanely powerful Fayetteville rifles. The Union brigades are super huge at about 3,000 men apiece, but are only equipped with palmettos and are just 1 star. So, at range, we actually have a huge advantage in infantry versus infantry combat, especially if we are in cover. In melee, their size and weaponry is about equal to our training and perk choices, so it's kind of a wash there. The only real thing the super huge Union infantry have us dominated in is if they get into melee range with a non-infantry unit, as their size and melee-focused muskets will trash any cannon and mess up any lone cavalry. So the big Union manpower advantage is all in their infantry and cannons. As long as we can deal with that, we can win the stage. Which brings up the big advantage of this stage. These troops aren't ours. As such, I have little reason to try and preserve forces. Any engagement I can take where I can gain a tactical advantage, I should take regardless of the risk of casualties. Heck, rescuing a few of these Fayettevilles wouldn't be so terrible either, right? But I'm getting ahead of myself. Win first, plunder after. The enemy will be having 1 infantry and 3 cannons approach from the north, 1 infantry and 3 cannons approach from the south, and their cavalry and skirmishers will approach from all over. I'm going to be getting a good old-fashioned surrounding this fight. Of the defense points, The one in the woods is pretty good, just as long as you keep a unit south of it to prevent it from being hit in the side. The other points rank from bad to worse, but their positions and the enemy's reliance on close range fighting means that almost any point can be worth occupying if the situation arises. Given the micro-intensive nature of this stage, putting someone in a defensive point just so that you don't have to control them can be a big help. Also, said units will often have a chance to regain stamina, which for your cavalry can be a really big help. So I will be splitting off skirmishers from both infantry to take up defensive spots this stage. The main infantry forces will be sitting in the two woods here to start. I will also be keeping a couple of my cavalry dismounted near to the objective and having them fight essentially as infantry for the battle. My cannons will surround the objective. Basically, I don't care if they take damage. Their job is to take any unit that dares come close and fire canister shot into their face. One cavalry I'll have near the north edge of the map to delay the approach of the enemy 3 cannons as long as possible, by having them dismount and stay in the woods for the huge cover bonus. The enemy cannons, constantly limbering and unlimbering, and being stuck in the trees, should take a while to get to the main fight if I do this. Well, if I do this well. And all of my cavalry that aren't delaying in the north or skirmishing in the middle, I will keep as a large mobile force whose job it is to find isolated units and charge them en masse. Enemy cannons are ideal, but any enemy unit is fair game as long as I can reach them without getting gunned down. Even the super huge enemy infantry, if I manage to panic them first with my other units. A big note, the objective point this stage is actually critical. If the Union fully capture it, the stage ends, which either means an instant draw or loss depending on how much damage you've done. So if at any point the Union make a major rush for the, point, drop everything and get them away from it. It just wouldn't do to go losing Brandy Station. one of the enemy large infantry is being held up by my infantry at the river. That will keep them from flanking the center. Good news, my cavalry at the south took down one of the enemy batteries. Bad news, that enemy charge just decimated my super infantry. Twice even, since, decimated means losing 10% of your force. And here is a demonstration of a well-trained unit using Fayettevilles from the trees against an enemy in poor cover with palmettos. My volley took just shy of 100 of them down. Their return volley took 7. It seems one of their cavalry wants to do a run-through of my lines. Let's see how this goes for him. Well, it appears he lost about half his brigade for that. Though the distraction did cause my southeast skirmish cavalry to get flanked while doing so, so I guess that was their plan? This would actually be a really good attack by the Union if they weren't moving in piecemeal and with their huge infantry unit frozen with indecisiveness. This is a pretty stupid thing to do with my cavalry, but with the enemy large infantry getting distracted by the skirmishers I'm sending to them, I'm willing to risk it. As much as I'd love to keep maneuvering, pretty much all of my cavalry at this point is out of stamina, and the enemy cavalry is making sure I don't get a chance to rest back up. The stage is won, but I think I'm going to drag it out a bit. Well, at least my northern infantry is doing well. So well, in fact, it appears I need to find them some ammo. Guess I'll send them back to the supply camp. Why, I'll be happy to accept this gift of a supply wagon. Thanks, Union. This seems to be the last big hurrah for the Union here. Our troop counts have pretty much equalized by this point, and most of what's left of their cannons are hanging in the wind. Oh wow, I just had a cavalry shatter on me. Such a shame. Towards the south, I'm busy throwing away my major advantage by having my depleted elite infantry engage the enemy infantry while they are in cover and I'm mostly in the open. Which, while stupid, does mean I'll get some extra recovered weaponry come stage end. I'm pretty sure the Union couldn't win at this point no matter what they tried anyway. Wow, just look at those remaining troop counts. This stage has been brutal, eh? let's try out some action camera work. Okay, that's enough of that. Wow, I lost half my army. Did I say my army? I meant James Stewart's lone troops. Sucks to be them. Didn't perfect the leaderboard, but really I didn't have a shot at that anyway. Officer reports. Wow, 2 new major generals? Well, they aren't mine, so don't care. 400 Fayettevilles to my armory, and 1,200 melee muskets. Nice. Point into training before I forget. And then a save and an exit. I'll take care of all that army stuff in the next video. The grandest of all grand battles, Gettysburg.